What is up, guys, and welcome to my channel, aka British. So I wanted to take some time to create this video and a series of videos about my pregnancy journey, but I just wanted to give you guys some information as far as my experience and my journey as a pregnant woman for the first time, and just give you some insight on what I experienced in the event that you may be going through the same thing and you don't feel like you're in this by yourself. This will be a series of videos where I talk about my various trimesters throughout the process, but in this video in particular, I wanted to give you guys the information about the lead up to me finding out that I was actually pregnant. Get your popcorn, cause it's gonna be a ride, okay? I don't know if it's TMI, but my baby was conceived. He was conceived at the beginning of November. I was unaware that, I was pregnant, but Thanksgiving came along, and this is whenever I started to experience some changes, but I was completely oblivious to what was actually going on. Rewind back to Thanksgiving. I go to Georgia to hang with my father, and every year his friends, they gather, they cook all this good food, and they play games and all this other good stuff. So I was in Georgia. I went with him. Whenever we went, first of all, I had been maybe in Georgia a few days prior to Thanksgiving. Typically during Thanksgiving, you'll not eat the whole day in preparation for eating all that good food on Thanksgiving Day. So that was not the case. Whenever we went to his friend's house for Thanksgiving, I made regular plates, y'all. I wasn't overdoing it. I was just eating regular. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. We had the macaroni, the turkey. They had gumbo. Mind you, I don't eat meat, or wasn't eating meat at the time. Hint, hint. So I had the macaroni, rice, vegetables. It was probably some other stuff, pasta salad, stuff like that, that I was able to eat at that time. So again, I made a regular plate, but I noticed that whenever, a few days after Thanksgiving, I was 10 pounds heavier. So I'm like, what the heck? I got on my dad's scale, which I live in Charlotte and he's in Georgia. So, and I'm telling you this because there's a reason. So I get on the scale and I'm like 10 pounds heavier. And I'm just thinking in my head, what is going on? Am I about to start my cycle? Typically for my cycle, I gain maybe 5 pounds. But where is this 10 pounds coming from? So I call my aunt and I'm like, weird, but child, I'm 10 pounds heavier. I know I'm big and everything, but this is out of the norm. And I was just letting her know, I didn't overeat for Thanksgiving. I actually did pretty good, because you will pile a plate on. I think I had 1 plate at Thanksgiving. So she was like, typically, that's not your usual scale, so it may be a difference. You should weigh yourself at the same time every day that you typically do, which I'm away from home. I typically will weigh myself first thing in the morning whenever I'm getting up, after I go use the bathroom, and then I'll get on the scale. She was like, don't worry about it. Whenever you go back home, just use your scale and go from there. Child, when I get back home, I get on the scale, it is still 10 pounds heavier. And I'm like, what is going on? Flag number 1. After Thanksgiving, I took a trip to the casino with my dad. And while we're at the casino, so Cherokee, the Harris Casino in Cherokee, so it's about 3.5 hours from where I live in Charlotte, and he was coming from Georgia, so I was meeting him there. And you riding through the mountains, you going to the top of the mountains, down to the bottom of the mountains, and on my way there, I was just feeling woozy and queasy, and I'm just like, what is going on? Now, one thing about it, and this is why things were just going over my head, over the years, as I've gotten older, taking road trips and things has taken a toll on me. Whether I have to stop more frequently just because I'm like getting car sick, I get like anxiety of actually taking the trip. Like, I don't want to be on the road for that long and things of that nature. This is me going back and forth to Georgia. Back in the day, I used to do it down and back with no issue. But these days, maybe over the last like 5 years, it takes a toll, okay? It's like I'm stopping constantly. A 3-hour drive turns into a 4.5, 5-hour drive, and it's just crazy. So while I'm driving through the mountains, I'm getting like nauseous, and I'm just like, what is going on? Am I getting so old that I can't even ride through the mountains? We get to the casino. We spent like 2 or 3 days there, and just throughout the process. So the other thing, I had a couple of drinks while I was there, again, over my head. If you don't know me, my drink, if and when I drink, is a Long Island iced tea if I go out. Either that or a margarita. While we were at the casino, that's what I was drinking, Long Island's, which whenever I say I wasn't like down in them back to back. I think on the first day I had one, the second day I had one, and then it was time to go. So I only had 2 during that whole weekend. Before we were leaving, so even though we have a scheduled time of when we're gonna leave, we never leave when we're supposed to. We always end up at the tables. My dad's game is craps and mine is roulette. So whenever we were leaving, we stopped at the food court area, and we get these pizzas before we get on the road. Now we're in separate cars, so we'll be going different directions. And for me, again, over my head, my pizza was very oily, and they're like personal size pizzas. So in that process, I done ate the pizza, and now I'm getting on the road. I'm going back through the mountains again, and I'm getting nauseous. Like, what is going on? I'm like, the grease done took a toll. I'm really too old to be riding through these mountains. That's what is going through my head when I'm going through the mountains and things. So I'm trying to call people to keep from being distracted and kind of calm my nerves down. I ended up stopping at a gas station, and I was looking for Dramamine. They didn't have any there, but the lady was like, there's some Pepto-Bismol over here, so I got some Pepto. Disgusting. I got the chewable tablets. I got in the car, popped a couple, and then went on my way. Had a Sprite, got some crackers, and I kept it going. So now I'm on the phone with my friend, and I'm just talking to her, and she's talking to me, and I'm getting nauseous, to the point where I'm doing that. And I'm on the phone with her. I'm like, oh my God. I said, why am I feeling sick? So she's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I have absolutely no clue. I think these mountains is whooping my ass. What is going on? So 3 minutes after that, and mind you, it's dark outside at this point, I'm on the phone with her, and I'm like, hold on, I gotta get out. First of all, the highway, there's no side, okay? So I done pulled over into the grass, and we are it's just highway, grass, and woods. Mind you, I had my friend in my car speaker, so I'm like, hold on, I can't hear you. So I get out the car, but I got the phone in my hand, and I had to go around the car. There's cars coming. I go around the car into the grass, and I'm like, bleh, bleh. I'm throwing up. So she can hear me, but I can't hear her. Okay, so she just hear me vomit. And while I'm thinking in my head, I'm kind of laughing a little bit, because I'm she can hear me throwing up. So I'm like, hold on a second. Child, mind you, it's raining, it's mud. I'm in my white Chucks. They're not even, well, I guess, are they Chuck Taylors? They were my white Converse, the little platform ones. Cute, vomit all over them, don't worry. So I get back in the car, and I feel a lot better. I'm on the phone with her, and I'm talking. I'm like, girl, I feel better. Okay, we can move on with this ride. So I make it home, everything is fine. She's like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. Now I just had to get that out. I was like, these mountains is whooping my ass. That greasy pizza whooped my ass, all of that stuff. So that's what happened during that event. So went to the casino, came back. Whenever I come back home, I'm on the phone with my other girlfriend, and I'm telling her, I'm like, yo, I want some crab legs, okay? Can we please go to a restaurant and get some crab legs? It was me, her daughter, and her daughter's boyfriend at the time. And I'm teaching them how to crack the crab legs, we eating and all of that stuff. I ordered a margarita, and I drank that. Margarita with sugar, no salt. And by the time we were done eating, I'm telling my friend, I'm like, yo, was there something wrong with your food? Because I feel nauseous. And she's like, no, I'm fine. Like, what is going on? I'm like, I don't know. I just feel, I didn't know if it was like, you know, those bags with all the seasoning and stuff in the bottom. It could have been a lot of seasoning. My blood pressure could have took a spike or something. So I was just like, I feel nauseous. Maybe it's too much salt. That's what I'm saying. She was like, you don't think you need to take a test? I'm like, girl, no. Like, what do you mean? No. And she was like, okay. And I'm like, child, and I'm over here drinking like, no, everything is fine. So we end up leaving the restaurant, and then I'm on the phone with her in the car on my way home, and she said, I think you need to take a test. I'm like, girl, no, I do not. Like, relax. It's fine. And just in the back of my head, I was like, go take a test. Like, because she going to be the one that's saying, because I know that I've already drank on a couple of occasions while I was at the casino, and then at dinner. And in my head, I'm like, let me just take a test. Just in case, because if I'm up here drinking, I need to stop. You know what I mean? Which I don't frequently drink. So it's not like it was an issue, but over the last couple of weeks, I done had a couple of drinks. So I go to, I think it was a CVS by my house, and I purchased a test. By the way, pregnancy tests are expensive, okay? What are we doing? They like $20, $30, $40. Like, for what? I'm just trying to figure out if I'm pregnant or not. I guess they like, girl, save a doctor bill and get this test. But anyway, so that night I purchased the test, and she's telling me how to take it. She was like, you should take it first thing in the morning whenever you have your first pee and blah 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 blah. So I was like, okay. So I didn't take a test that night. I decided to wait until the next morning. However, that morning I had a brunch event that I had to go to with this cohort that I was a part of. So, and I was assisting, like I was helping with the signing people in and giving name tags and their little gifts and things of that nature. So, and mind you, I had to be there at 5 a.m. the next morning. So I get up the next day at 3:30, 4 o'clock maybe, and I go into the bathroom, and I'm just staring at the test like, oh my gosh, but I gotta pee, so let's get it cracking, okay? So I pee on the stick, and I'll be able to tell y'all later like what the name of it was. It wasn't, was it a clear blue? Not the one that says pregnant. It gives you the lines. I don't know what the first one was, but if it's one line, you're not pregnant. If it's two lines, you're pregnant. So and how I did it is what did I do? I think I peed like in a cup, and I dipped the stick in, and then I closed it. The thing says that it's like 2 minutes, or I think it might have even said 5 minutes to like finish. Y'all, when I tell you, I set that test down, and as the moisture was going up the stick, the line was showing up, okay? It didn't need 5 minutes. It didn't need 2 minutes. The thing, because you know, it's how paper towels, you dip it in the water, the absorption, it'll go up the paper towel. That's what was happening. I'm looking at the liquid go up, and as the liquid is going, the line is appearing, and I'm like, oh shit, bro, like what in the world? Am I pregnant? Like what? And so I just moved on, like what do you say? Like, my friend does say, I think you should take a test. So I say, you know what? I'm not going to take this second one until later. Let me get dressed. I'm going to this thing. So now I'm at the event. It's 5 in the morning. I'm just in my head like, bro, I just found out I was pregnant today. Like, I'm not saying nothing. And what in the world? So signing people in, greeting everybody, and then whenever it was time to go in, because they had already kind of started the session, and I was sitting at a table in the back. So whenever I go and I'm getting my food, I'm hungry, okay? And they got these little, it's like these little, y'all know those little plastic server plates. It's like you can put some stuff on there, but you can't put a lot. It was brunch. So I'm like piling my plate, and it was crazy. And I'm eating it all. And I'm just in my head like, dang, do it happen that quick? Mind you, I done ate, and then my pants are like tight around my stomach. It's cutting, like I need to undo my pants. I'm in there laughing at myself in my head because I'm like, why are these symptoms happening already? Like, I barely even just found out that I was pregnant. And 1 hour later, I can't fit my clothes. Like, what's going on? So, I was there for the event, and now I'm planning on going to my friend's house who told me to take the test. But I said, I have to go home and change my clothes. I need to put on some stretchy pants. Like, I need some spandex. So, child, I go home, and when I get home to change my clothes, I decide I'm gonna take the other test. And took it again, and y'all, the same exact thing happened. As the thing was getting moist, the line was appearing. I said, bro, I'm pregnant. Oh my gosh. And I'm just sitting there like, and a part of why I was just like, okay, in 2024, 2024 was a challenging and tough year for me, but ultimately I was in the year, and from my mouth I was saying that I am going to bring a child into this world in 2025. How it was going to happen, I didn't know. What was going to happen, I had no clue. When it was going to happen, didn't know. Didn't have a plan, nothing. It was just something that was on my heart, and I had expressed this is what was going to happen. And you know, the tongue is very powerful, and God does his thing. You don't know when he gonna do it, and that's just what it was. So my demeanor was just kind of like, okay. Mind you, at the time, I was 35 years old, so it's like, are you gonna have kids or not? That was kind of like where I was, and maybe like where my family was looking at me like, is she ever gonna have kids? If you don't know, I am an only child, and from my mother and father, so they've always wanted grandchildren. So it was just kind of like, I said it, here we go. And then yeah, it's time at this point. So that happened. I go home again to change my clothes. I took the test, and y'all, again, that line appeared immediately. It was like, no need to wait, girlfriend, it's here. And that was on December the 13th, whenever I found out that I was actually pregnant. It was crazy, and I was laughing at myself because, like, what is going on? I ended up going to my friend's house, and she's upstairs in her office. And y'all, when I walked up to her office, I go up the steps and I can't breathe. Like, why are all these symptoms hitting me right now? I already couldn't fit my clothes. My clothes were too tight. I was eating a lot. I couldn't breathe going up the steps. I was exhausted going up the steps, and I just found out like a few hours before what is going on. And so when I told my friend, she was super excited. She was like, I told you. She couldn't believe it. But I was explaining to her how my day had went and how I got all these symptoms. So one of the things that I was telling her was, I said, I feel so weird because, sometimes they be talking about like, not necessarily ghetto girls, but the girls that be like 48 hours pregnant and they be holding their belly and taking pictures like they got a whole stomach. I said, bro, I used to clown people that did that, and right now I feel like I should be holding my stomach right now. It was so crazy. So that happened. We were talking about like what we were gonna do. Oh, while I was actually at her house, I called my OBGYN, their office, and I was like, hey, I think I need to make an appointment. And the lady is like, what are you making an appointment for? And I was like, I think I'm pregnant. And she was like, have you taken a test? I said, yes. She said, did the test say positive? She said, was the test positive? I said, yeah, it turned like as soon as I peed on the stick. She said, oh yeah, you're pregnant. She was like, congratulations. And that was kind of like when it was hitting me, and I started tearing up a little bit, and I'm like, bro, I'm pregnant. Like, what the heck? So we scheduled an appointment. My first appointment was gonna be December the 30th, I believe. But that was my experience. Now it's planning of when and how I'm gonna tell everybody. So of course, on the same day that I find out that I am pregnant, I'm definitely gonna let my now husband know. Crazy thing about that is he's Senegalese and he lives in Dakar, Senegal, and he was not here. He was in his country. So I'm, me telling my partner about being pregnant. I would love to be in your face. So I'm talking to my friend and she's like, when are you gonna tell him? I said, I'm telling him tonight. Like, what do you mean? And they're depending on daylight savings time, they could be 4 or 5 hours ahead of us. So when I was finding out, I was just saying that, his typical time of when he calls me is when I was going to tell him. I wasn't going to try to call him and maybe he was busy or not. Like, that would have killed the mood. So I just waited for him to call me. And we got on video, like FaceTime or whatever. And that was whenever I told him. So, and it was crazy because when I started, I'm talking to him, I'm like, you love me and you want to be with me for the rest of your life. He's like, what is your problem? Like, what is your problem? Because we've already had this conversation. He isn't the type to like, if I tell you what it is what it is. Don't question me. There's no reason for you to ask me otherwise. So get to the point is pretty much what he was saying. And so I sent him the picture of the pregnancy test, and me and my aunt actually we said this throughout my pregnancy, but whenever I sent him the picture, I said, did you see the picture? And he said, you pregnant? And I said, yes. I said, is that what the picture is? And he's like, yeah. And so I was like, I'm just on the phone staring at him, and I'm just like, and he was super excited. He was just like, thank God, this is a blessing from heaven, and this is gonna be great, and we were meant to be, and blah 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 blah. It was just all this. So we had our little emotional moment, and that was that. Again, my husband lives in another country, and having to tell him over the phone, it was definitely exciting, but it was an experience. And then now I'm trying to get in my head, like, what's going to be the next plan of action? How am I going to tell everybody? And when am I going to tell everybody? So far, that is my story about the lead up to me finding out that I was pregnant. If you guys have any interesting stories of how you found out that you were pregnant, or if you're currently going through that process now or trying to figure out how to present it, comment down below in the comment section and let me know how it was. Was everybody happy? Were you upset? Like, how did you feel in that time? Especially as a first-time mom, it is very surreal, and it's just like, wow, this is really happening. So let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed my little story time. So thanks for hanging out with me as I tell my little figuring out that I was pregnant story. In my upcoming videos, I'll be talking about my first trimester and how that experience was. But I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Bye.